Hi, it's exactly 2 weeks to the day since I started this stopping compulsive eating experiment, and yesterday I made a video because everything went to the dogs. I went completely off the rails and I just went back to my old ways. And I thought about what am I going to do, start again afresh. So this is it, and this is why it's so useful to do this whole thing as an experiment, because a failure is not a failure. It tells you something about what you're doing wrong and how you can do it better. So I was reading in this book, it's called You Are Not So Smart by David McCraney, and he talks about this thing called extinction burst. And this is so useful for what I've been going through. An extinction burst happens when you give up an old habit and you think you're doing great, and then suddenly you just fall off the wagon like I did yesterday. So he says here, just before you give up on a long practice routine, you freak out. It's a final desperate attempt by the oldest parts of your brain to keep getting rewarded. You eliminate a reward from your life, awesome and delicious high-calorie foods, for example. Right as you are ready to give up the reward forever, an extinction burst threatens to demolish your willpower. You become like a 2-year-old having a tantrum, and like the child, if you give in to the demands, the behaviour will be strengthened. To give up overeating or smoking or gambling or any habit that was formed through conditioning, you must be prepared to weather the secret weapon of your unconscious, the extinction burst. So that's exactly what happened yesterday, and it wasn't helped by the fact that over the last few days I've had less control over how I eat, because I've been eating outside the home and I've been eating with other people. Now, this probably maybe something you've come across, and a lot of people use that as an excuse not to bother. But the fact is that that's life. People have these situations, and let me ask you this question. If, for whatever you were trying to do to stop your compulsive eating, if you could stick to that 100% for the next week, and I offered you £10,000 to do that, would you do it? Of course you would. And what that question proves is that this is all a choice, and that when something's important enough, you find a way. Now, it's not always possible to stick to this diary, but that doesn't mean to say it's time to just throw the whole thing out the window. One thing I've learned is that I can't be 100% with this, but if I'm being, say, 70 or 80% with it, then that's going to make a real difference to my life, and I can feel it already. I feel calmer around food, and I'm starting to feel thinner. My trousers are getting more baggy, and I can feel my face is thinner. I just feel thinner since I've started doing this. So it is working, and you have to stop being obsessive about being 100%. All or nothing doesn't work for this, because this is real life. So anyway, back to the extinction burst. I read that and I thought, okay, what I need is a massive reward and a very short-term one. So I thought to myself, okay, if I go back to this diary which I hate and I fill it in for every single time I eat today, what do I want? What would be something that would make me go, oh, that's really exciting? And I've got it. So at the end of today, if I do it, I've had a look already on Amazon. I'm going to get that, which is the first series of True Blood, which is like one of my favourite things ever. I haven't got it, and that is something that I would just absolutely love. But I only get to order that if I can stick to my food diary all day. I have to do the grounding before every single time I eat. I have to set a time, and I have to do the comments. Now, that's all I have to do. I've got my kids at home today. My youngest one he's a bit of a tantrum expert. I think they're opening up a special event at Rio 2016 for him, to be honest, in tantrums. So actually eating in a calm environment, that's not always possible, but I can't control that. I cannot control my son's if my son's going to have an outburst. I can do things about it, but sometimes that happens. So all I need to do is do the food diary every single time I eat, which means doing the grounding and setting a minimum time. Okay, that's all I need to do. And already I feel calmer. I feel like I've really put yesterday behind myself. And that reward at the end of the day will stop me going, oh God, I don't want to, because I need some help. I need some help filling this in. I need some help getting back on track. And that's a perfect reward. And the other thing to say, just quickly, is that this, I thought this would be sort of 15 quid, 20 quid, something like that. It's actually, the people are selling second-hand one there. It's £5. That is £5 to get me back on track with this really important thing. Now, I think it's a very long time since I went to a Weight Watchers meeting. I think that's what a Weight Watchers meeting cost, £5. So look what I'm getting for £5, just by taking responsibility and you know, doing this in the way that I know works for me. So yeah, I'm quite excited about today, and we will see how it goes. Cheers, bye.